8 tips to avoid migraine. After a stressful year at work, you finally book yourself a nice, relaxing tropical vacation to unwind and let loose. As you step off the plane at your destination, you're bombarded with the scent of sweet-smelling flowers and exotic fruits. All of a sudden, your head starts to ache, your arms start to tingle, and flashes of light blur your vision. Oh no, a migraine. You rush to your hotel room, close all the curtains, and get straight into bed. But it's too late. Extreme stomach-churning pain cripples you for the next 24 hours, leaving you feeling drained, sore, and frustrated. So much for that relaxing holiday vacation. Hello, and welcome to MedTouch, the best place to find the right medical information. Chances are, if you've clicked on this video, you're one of the 1 billion people worldwide who suffer from frequent, debilitating migraine. While we don't know the exact cause of migraine, we do know that factors such as genetics, gender, and environmental triggers all play a part. What distinguishes migraine from other headaches is that they typically progress through 4 distinct stages, although not everyone will experience all 4 stages. The first stage is known as the prodrome stage, which is characterized by subtle physical or emotional changes that occur a day or two before the onset of the attack. The prodrome stage is followed by the aura stage. The aura stage may appear before or during the main migraine stage and may manifest in the form of visual disturbances, such as flashes of light or blind spots, or other disturbances such as tingling in the arms or legs. The third stage is the attack itself, which may last hours or even days, and is accompanied by extreme pain in one or both sides of the head, as well as nausea, vomiting, and extreme light or sound sensitivity. The final stage is the postdrome stage. This is the 24-hour period that occurs following the end of the migraine and is often associated with fatigue, sensitivity, confusion, and moodiness. As you're probably aware, migraine is deeply unpleasant to experience. However, if left unmanaged, not only can they become chronic, but they can also increase your risk of developing a stroke, as well as sleep and mood disorders such as depression, anxiety, and panic disorder. Luckily, there are many ways that you can stop, reduce, and prevent the debilitating impact that migraine have on your life. That's why, in today's video, we're sharing 8 tips that you can use to stop migraine in their tracks and prevent them from coming back. Tip number 1. Obtain a diagnosis. Did you know that most people who suffer from frequent headaches and migraine don't receive a proper diagnosis from their doctor? Receiving an accurate diagnosis is extremely important, not only for improving your symptoms and quality of life, but also for ruling out more serious, life-threatening causes, such as a brain tumor, brain disease, stroke, or aneurysm. In addition, self-treating your migraine without your doctor's advice can be more harmful than helpful. For example, continual long-term use of over-the-counter pain medications can cause what is known as a rebound headache. In other words, medications that you use to reduce the pain can actually trigger subsequent headaches if you take them too often. This can lead to a cycle where taking too much medication causes a migraine, which then necessitates the need to take more medication to treat your symptoms, which only causes more frequent chronic headaches in the future, and so on. So, if you regularly experience ongoing headaches and migraine, book an appointment with your doctor to discuss your symptoms. It may also be helpful to keep a record of the time of day or month your headaches typically occur, as well as any relevant diet or lifestyle factors, and discuss these with your doctor during your visit. Tip number 2. Reduce your stress. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by all the things you need to do, places you need to be, and people you need to see, you're not alone. In today's fast-paced society, stress is something a few of us can escape. In small doses, stress can be beneficial for keeping us alert and motivated. However, over time, chronic stress can be a major cause of chronic migraine. Why is that? Well, stress affects your body in many ways. It can cause you to eat and sleep poorly. It can affect your mood. It can increase your blood pressure. And it can lead to harmful habits such as smoking and binge drinking. All these things can make migraine more likely to occur. And if that's not bad enough, believe it or not, you can actually become addicted to the chemicals released by your body when your mind is constantly overloaded. So when you finally calm down and reduce your stress, like on the weekends or during that long-awaited tropical holiday you've been dreaming of, your brain goes into a phase of stress withdrawal, causing you to experience what is known as a letdown migraine. So, in order to enjoy your life in peace and prevent those irritating migraine from bothering you, it's important to take steps to manage your stress. Try to be vigilant about incorporating stress-relieving activities into your day. It doesn't have to be much. Even just a nice 30-minute walk on your lunch break, followed by some deep breathing and mindful meditation, can help. It may also be helpful to try to pinpoint frequent causes of stress in your life and work towards modifying or avoiding them as best as you can. For instance, if driving to work each morning causes you stress, try taking the bus or train instead. That way, you can relax, listen to music, and take some time to yourself instead of stressing over traffic jams and angry drivers. If you're finding it hard to manage your stress levels, you're not alone. Help is available. Reach out to a friend or loved one, or have a chat with your doctor or a trained mental health professional. Tip number 3. Avoid strong smells and odors. Have you ever experienced a migraine after catching a whiff of someone's perfume or secondhand cigarette smoke? If so, you may have what is known as osmophobia, a heightened sensitivity or aversion to smell. Although researchers don't fully understand why, this extra sensitivity may be due to increased activation of specific scent and pain receptors in your brain that are directly involved in the production of migraine. The most common types of smells that trigger migraine are strong perfumes, smoke, ammonia, bleach, paint thinner, and exhaust fumes. Where possible, it's best to avoid certain environments where you may be more likely to come into contact with these smells, such as busy metropolitan areas, nightclubs, gas stations, hair and nail salons, and perfume stores. To protect yourself against unavoidable smells, keep a face mask or handkerchief handy so you can block your nose and mouth until you're able to escape the smell. It may also be helpful to ask friends and loved ones to be considerate and not to smoke or wear strong-smelling perfumes around you. Tip number 4. Avoid bright lights and noises. If the idea of going to a party with loud music and bright pulsating strobe lights is enough to make your head start throbbing, then you may have what is known as photophobia, light aversion, or phonophobia, sound aversion. Similar to strong smells and odors, loud noises and bright lights can both trigger and intensify migraine due to increased activation of certain parts of your brain that process sight and sound. Unfortunately, in today's modern society, bright lights and loud noises are hard to avoid. However, simply being aware that you have a sensitivity can make it easier for you to avoid certain places and environments that may trigger a migraine, such as movie theatres, nightclubs, crowded venues, and busy city streets. You may also find it helpful to carry a pair of noise-cancelling headphones around with you to protect yourself against unexpected loud noises, or keep a pair of yellow, orange, or red-tinted glasses handy to filter out sources of bright or blue light. Tip number 5. Avoid certain foods. To all the red wine, coffee, chocolate, and cheese lovers out there, we've got some bad news. Unfortunately, your favorite guilty pleasures may actually be the culprit behind your painful migraine. Although it's not fully understood why, researchers suggest that consuming artificial sugar, caffeine, alcohol, and tyramine, a chemical found in aged cheese and cured meats, causes blood vessels to constrict and swell, resulting in increased blood pressure, and the release of certain hormones that trigger the onset of headaches and migraine. So, if you suspect that certain foods or substances may be triggering your migraine, it might be helpful to try an elimination diet. Elimination diets involve cutting out foods and drinks that may cause migraine and then slowly adding them back into your diet one by one. If your migraine symptoms return after you've reintroduced a certain food, this may be a sign that it's a trigger. However, elimination diets aren't suitable for everyone, so speak to your doctor to see if it's safe for you. Alternatively, you can try keeping a food diary. Whenever you experience a migraine, keep a note of all the foods and drinks that you've eaten over a 24-hour period. This can help you spot certain patterns in your diet and eating habits that may be contributing to your migraine. You may also wish to discuss your findings with your doctor during your next visit to see if there's a suitable meal plan you can try out. Tip number 6. Follow a regular daily schedule. Most things in life tend to run much more smoothly when they follow a schedule. Wouldn't you agree? Well, the same can be said for preventing migraine. By following a daily schedule, you can help build healthy habits that can stop migraine in their tracks before they even begin. Start with the basics. Eat a healthy diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. And if possible, schedule your meals at the same time each day, and be sure not to skip meals. Skipping meals can cause a drop in your blood sugar levels, which can make migraine much more likely to occur. In addition, try to do some light exercise for 30 minutes each day. And of course, remember to stay hydrated and drink plenty of water before and after exercise and regularly throughout the day. It's also a good idea to maintain a regular sleep schedule. Try to go to bed at the same time each night and wake up at the same time each morning. Yes, even on the weekends. Lastly, be sure to take time out for yourself. Do something that makes you happy or relaxed each day. However, be mindful not to spend too much time in front of a TV or computer screen. Exposure to blue light has been shown to aggravate migraine. Instead, try calling a friend, practicing yoga or meditation, or use your downtime to start a new hobby that you've always wanted to try. Tip number 7. Plan ahead to manage unavoidable triggers. If you suffer from frequent migraine, you may have to take extra precautions and plan ahead to protect yourself against unavoidable triggers. For instance, some people who have migraine appear to be more sensitive to weather and atmospheric changes. This can include bright sunlight, extreme heat or cold, glare, humidity, stormy weather, and barometric pressure changes. If you find yourself sensitive to weather-related triggers, keep track of the weather on a daily basis and plan your day accordingly to avoid spending too much time outdoors during hot, cold, windy, humid, or stormy weather. Migraine is also more common during the early morning, from around 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. So if you're prone to waking up with a painful migraine, it might be helpful to practice relaxation techniques before bed. Use blackout curtains to keep your room as dark as possible, and keep a glass of water and migraine medication next to your bedside table for easy access. Women are also more likely to experience migraine during menstruation, pregnancy, and menopause. During this time, try to look after your body as best as you can by getting plenty of rest, eating healthy foods, drinking plenty of water, and being extra vigilant to avoid known triggers, such as stress, or bright lights and loud noises. Some other helpful tips might be to keep healthy frozen meals in your freezer so you don't need to cook when a migraine hits you out of the blue, or practicing stress management techniques during the lead up to a stressful event, such as a work deadline. Tip number 8. Use preventative medication. There are many natural ways to relieve the symptoms of a migraine, such as those outlined here. However, if you're experiencing persistent and reoccurring migraine without relief, it's best to consult with your doctor. Your doctor may prescribe you with preventative medicines in order to reduce the frequency, severity, and duration of your attacks, as well as anti-nausea medications to help treat nausea and vomiting. It's important to note, however, that effective treatment involves more than just taking a tablet. In most cases, you will need to work with your doctor to develop a migraine management plan that will likely involve lifestyle modifications, medication, and complementary therapies. Book an appointment with your doctor to discuss your symptoms and receive a diagnosis if you haven't already done so. Once you've been diagnosed, your doctor will be able to assess your suitability for medication and formulate a treatment plan that works best for you. So there you have it, 8 tips to avoid migraine. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, leave us a comment, and turn on that notification bell so we can stay in touch.